before we did this assignment, the 2019-2020 school year, we did a little thing where we learned about hatching and cross hatching to create lightness and darkness in a color. And hatching is putting lines close together like that. And they can create values, and I mentioned this before. Value is the lightness or darkness of a color. So if I have like 3 boxes, it's kind of, well, we'll do 3 boxes. 3 small boxes, smallish boxes. Depending on how close together I put my hatches, that can make a value. If I put my hatches far apart, that makes a light value, especially if you squint your eyes at it. If I put my hatches closer together, but not super close together, that's going to make those kind of a medium value. And if I put my hatches very close together, that's going to make a much darker value. And it does not matter if they are perfectly straight, especially if you're doing this with pencil, or if they overlap a little bit. The overall appearance is what we're worried about. Okay, so overall that is a dark value, this is a medium value, and this is a lighter value. Okay, those are going to be, and lastly, like if you color it in completely, which, you know, my strokes going up and down could be considered hatching that is super close together. Okay, darkest, lightest, medium, medium dark. Okay, something like that. So we're going to use this to create the lightness and darkness that we need in this. There are 3 areas in this drawing that are very dark, or that are the darkest dark. They're colored in. It's this area here, and I'll just put X's in here, and then I will fast forward while I am filling them in this area here. So those 3 areas I'm going to color in with plain pencil. Then I have a medium dark area here. Sorry, over here. And then a medium area here and a light area here. These areas are going to be, actually, we'll label that W for white because they are empty. Up here is white. we're gonna label that MD for dark. I'm gonna label this M for medium, and we're gonna label this for light. And let's see what else. Oops, I colored that wrong. Dang it. Shoot, over here is the dark area. Back that up. If we start with the medium dark areas, we know how dark we can get with our lines, and then we know we can lighten up from there. So for those, I'm going to put my pencil line pretty close together. It's okay if it's not perfect. Okay, to help with our illusion, I'm not going to change directions with my lines. I'm going to keep going to the bottom. That's a little bit more challenging to kind of keep them straight, but as we said, they don't have to be perfectly straight, and if they kind of run into each other, that's going to be okay. Okay, so I'm going to do this part next, keeping my pencil lines about the same distance apart. And if we need to go darker, we can always go back and go in again. This part is going to be a gradation, and if I can find another pencil around here, I will erase that more. Okay, so I've got my dark, medium dark areas. Now I'm going to do my medium areas. This area lighter than this area, so I need to space my lines out a little bit. And I'm gonna make a dark line here to help separate this area from that area, and that's going to be that was included in my printmaking design, and you'll see that in a little bit. A medium area here, and I'm going to kind of try to use the ends of some of those lines to help me space that out. If they don't meet up exactly, that's okay. Okay, so I've got my lightest area up here, and I'm going to go this way with it, and I'm going to really space out my lines. So you can kind of start to see it taking shape. Okay, this and this, as I'm looking at it, are looking a little too close. So I'm gonna erase it and do it again. Doing something over is not a punishment. It's working it out to get the details the way you want them. Because you are in control The drawing is not in control. Use your eyes and stop and think about it. Okay. I think that's looking a little bit better. In the print, I put some heavier lines between to accentuate those corners. You're allowed to do that. And that kind of helps us set our values apart. All right, better, but better enough. Okay, so this side in my drawing goes from light to probably a medium dark to light again. So, like I did on my other parts, I started with my medium dark first. So I'm gonna start here in the middle, and I'm gonna put my lines close together, and then gradually I'm gonna change how far apart they are, and I'm gonna get them wider apart as I go. I'm gonna do the same thing going this way. I'm gonna start with my lines close together. I'm doing this on my dining room table, which is an antique, so it's kinda, the grain is sort of getting in my way, but that's okay. Not too bad. Gradually, and I got a little bit closer together down here at the bottom. Okay. And I think I did the same thing up there. I started crowding them together again. A little better. Okay, so that's kind of how I set up my drawing. And then I traced my design onto the piece of tracing paper, and I transferred it to the block, and that's where we'll pick up. That's where we'll pick up for your next video, learning how to cut. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.